Was the deadliest wildfire in
We want to continue tracking this drinking trend.
We went driving around, but we didn't see him.
Yvonne Thomas among the countless hoping to pick up her canine at the Maricopa County Animal Shelter.
He's a crazy little dog. He is.
Her Cocker Spaniel poodle, like so many others, spooked by the New Year's Eve fireworks.
They are the people tasked with the title of hero, and it's one they don't take lightly, especially now.
I don't recall anything of this magnitude. Nothing like this. Nothing like this.
The flash flood water surprising swimming hole guests. Mother Nature's monsoon and the recent Highline fire behind what made this flood so deadly.
There's very little vegetation and the water just runs right off. So that added to the flash flood. It also added a lot of debris and ash from that fire.
It took the strength of DPS, fire departments, rescue crews, and volunteers to sift through all of it. While they fight to pull aside that heavy debris, their hearts even heavier.
That weighs on you and that wears you down.
The black is the moon, the orange is the sun.
If the most beautiful experience we can have is the mysterious,
Take a peek in the hole.
the discovery is the payoff.
Oh, wow.
I've never seen anything like it.
None of the 1,800 students here at EduPrice Charter School have, and teachers weren't going to miss the opportunity to take what they learn inside the classroom outside it.
I am an attorney. I'm a Muslim. I'm a Palestinian.
The crowd are met with honks of support. For hours, hundreds of immigration attorneys and community members hold signs and chant to support the Muslims and refugees now restricted from entering the U.S.
In the shadow of Mandalay Bay again, a place they don't want to remember but will never forget.
This is just a memory of all of those that have lost their lives.
Lachey Johnson still wearing the wristbands from working the concert all 3 nights. Tonight she helps a coworker pick up her car, not knowing the simple task would be this hard.
Sorry.
Memories race back.
Then all of a sudden I just heard da 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 da, and then I just started seeing bodies, and I just started grabbing people, saying, "Get up underneath the bleachers."
Check. Okay, no breathing. Heart stopped. Next person. No breathing. Heart stopped. Next person. Okay, and then people were moving. They were doing C-spine and. Yeah, it wasn't cool.
It's hard. I couldn't believe it when I heard that he was gone. My heart dropped.
He's just a positive mind, always positive. He was like a father figure in my life. He was like the father figure I never had in my life.
All around great person, not a bad bone in his body. He'd do anything for you if you asked or even if you didn't ask.
Hartfield leaves behind a wife and 3 children as tonight the entire city of Las Vegas mourns. Today, Jesse's one of 7.
I'm going to baptize you in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Taking a plunge to a new life.
I've been choosing all kinds of different ways, and so far it didn't work. So now I'm going to try this.
Your expression in your face shares more than you ever need to say.
Guns, we found an old rusted pistol.
Dennis Chandler has so many stories.
He had this gold R.
But beyond the ones he tells,
this is 1951.
Are countless more arranged and waiting on these shelves.
There's so much history, I mean, the cowboys and the Indians.
Chandler came to Arizona when the state itself was just 34 years old.
And away they go to a perfect stop.
He's fast, feisty, and at only 4 years old, Viviendo El Sueno is, yes, living the dream. Vinny, as he's known around here, is the newest addition to this retirement home for racehorses, called After the Home Stretch.
These games are worth much more than the score. Spring training now brings more than 1 million out-of-state baseball fans to the Valley each year, who together make a $500 million impact.
We're looking at a 5-year strategic plan.
Less than a half-hour drive from 3 fields.
It's a beautiful place to come and grab a cup of coffee.
Glenn Schlottman is a few months into his brand new position as Gilbert's tourism administrator, working in part to put the East Valley town on every fan's roster.
We see the energy within our own community, within Metro Phoenix, of people visiting Gilbert. And so it's a good time to keep that energy going and see what we can do.
With 2 new hotels under construction, the town's strategically advertising to baseball fans in Oakland and Chicago. They don't have a ballpark, so are instead pitching Agritopia, the Riparian Preserve, and a diverse food and dining scene.
In the past 5 years, 26 new restaurants have opened their doors here in Gilbert's downtown Heritage District.
Schlottman says it's a lineup that bumps Gilbert to the big league, making it the perfect place to eat, sleep, and explore.
What we want people to do is use Gilbert as their home base for travel throughout Metro Phoenix and throughout Arizona. And we think we have a compelling argument when we take that route.
John Genovese, ABC 15, Arizona.
John and Amanda Bullen just had fraternal twins, Evie and Lindy. The girls were born about 4 weeks early.
We delivered at 34 weeks, 4 days. So, yeah, but they're doing great, so we're really excited.
Even more excited when an unexpected visitor stopped by to check on the family.
Oh my goodness. Oh, look at the little ones. Oh, you guys, congratulations.
Thank you.
The gift of 2 children, something Santa can't even top. But he tells the Bullen family he plans to try.
Athletics Director Ray Anderson talked about jumping on the ASU football train right now because it's moving forward fast. And that train analogy is all Herm Edwards needed to hear.
I'm on the train, and I'm going to ride it. I will ride this train until it stops. It's not going to stop. We're going. We're going with you. And if you want to board on a little bit later, we got a seat. Just like Ray said, we got a seat for you. Might not be comfortable, but you'll have a seat.
Alan Reilly has been coming to All Greens in Sun City to find relief from his back pain.
As you get older, we all have aches and pains.
And now they're making it easier than ever for him to fill up his medical marijuana subscription, offering the first ever drive-through service in the state.
A lot quicker, a lot more convenient, especially for patients a little bit elderly, the disabled, those who have a little bit more difficulty getting into the facility.
In this grab-and-go world, Anthony Harrington with All Greens says it's a real time saver.
We have a lot of patients coming in right now who pretty much know what they're looking for.
But don't expect to be rolling in and out as quick as picking up an order of fast food. You'll go through not 1, but 2 security checks.
May I have your patient card?
And expect an extra layer of security. You'll notice 4 cameras guard the drive-thru. Now compare that to just 1 camera at this bank right next door.
I wrote the letter. I think it was on construction paper. I think it was orange. And I just wrote the letter about how much Lynn had inspired me. I think I was impressed more so that he could make a musical about Alexander Hamilton, who I had never cared about or thought about once in my life before that. It's just a musical about founding fathers. That's it. It's history, but it's so it's comedic, but it's also so well done.
Patiently waiting, I'm passionately smashing every expectation.
And the fact that he combined it into musical and hip hop, I think I was impressed with him, which made me want to seek him out and pay attention to him and watch his interviews and everything and learn more about him.
It's a steady stream of school buses outside Gamage Auditorium. Students lining up for class, except this is not an everyday assignment. They're here to watch other high schoolers perform on the Hamilton stage. Kaylin Crank grabbed the crowd after just a few notes.
It made me feel even more motivated to do better because I knew my message could reach people.
The junior from Casa Grande Union High School wrote her own song. In fact, all of these students performed their own original work after researching historical people in American history. Michael and Vincent are best friends from McClintock High. They wrote a slam poem that doesn't hold back on homosexuality, pointing out prominent historical figures who were gay.
John Loring, George Washington.
Maybe we should just cover that up and we should teach that to our children and our future generations that it is okay, that there is history behind us.
And if you can believe it, this is Devon White's first time on the stage. He loved it, and the crowd loved him. His message is unity.
Race doesn't matter. Girl, guy, whatever you are, it doesn't matter. We can all come together and respect what we have. And this is it's just perfect how they represent that.
They delivered a message, but some students learned something about themselves. They've got a lot of courage, and maybe being on stage is in their future.
There's like a lot I can do with my potential and everything. Like I just feel like there's a lot.
That you have to keep pushing because absolutely nothing is impossible.
Another cool part, these students actually got to stay and watch the full performance of Hamilton, and as one teacher put it, for a lot of these students, it is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. In Tempe, Justin Pizzera, ABC 15, Arizona.
I'm just sitting here thinking about you.
Through every heartfelt verse,
Do you even think of me?
Cody Ballantyne wants
Or am I just a memory?
to share something different.
I'm gonna bring back the soul of music. And all night long.
The up-and-coming artist grew up in the Valley, spending countless nights at Tempe's Marquee Theater.
3 days after I got my wisdom teeth out, I was like front row. So I keep on loving you.
And later this month, he'll be front and center for the first time.
I feel like I'm my most original self when I'm on stage.
I see where he is now and the growth of where he's going to go.
Bradley Davis is Ballantyne's longtime friend and manager. The two met at Arizona State.
We went from, talking about music and business and chasing girls to now chasing girls and focusing on his career.
A career now bringing both back to their roots with a lesson.
Baby, please, I'm begging you.
For whoever takes the time to listen.
If you just keep doing what you love, then you can't go wrong.
6:30, a Valley man throwing down the Super Bowl snack gauntlet.
Yeah, he is practically daring the rest of us to put out a better spread for the big game this Sunday.
Yeah, good luck with that. ABC 15's Faye Fredericks takes us inside the kitchen where the architect of the Snacknadium is very hard at work.
The main field is a cookie sheet. It's sunken in. I kind of try to make it as level as possible. Playing field. There's going to be the field. This is going to be jalapeno hummus right here.
The spice racks that double as stadium seating will soon be filled with different chips, dips, and veggies. The finished U.S. Bank replica will feature a burger bar, salad station, and so much more.
It'll be very full. Let's just say that.
This is year 5 for Sean Aaron, recreating Super Bowl stadiums as massive snack stations for the 60 to 80 guests his family will host for the big game.
I have no building experience. I think probably Legos as a kid is probably my best or my closest, point to that.
And with the exception of University of Phoenix Stadium, he's never even been to the places he is so painstakingly recreating.
These are going to be the gates that are open in the front.
His creations so elaborate, he's been featured in Sports Illustrated and the Wall Street Journal, and the real U.S. Bank Stadium even wants to see his finished product.
It was definitely difficult. This was probably by far the most difficult one that I've made.
He works from the outside in, starting the nearly 30-square-foot Snacknadium right after New Year's.
The bad news is the wife won't let me take over the island until after the holidays.
Faye Fredericks, ABC 15, Arizona.